Ding ding. Well, good evening, friends. Kevin the Comic Doctor here with another live CGC unboxing. Four boxes, my friends. This evening, three arrived last week, and then one arrived today. And I said I gotta get this done because guess what? More are on the way. I told you a few weeks ago that many boxes would be coming back over the next several weeks because I had a heck of a backlog of books there. We're still sending. I just shipped off another 150 books today. Another 100 or so are going in a couple of days. I've been sending books almost weekly, guys. So again, if you're looking for someone to submit your books to CGC for you or PSA, look no further, guys. I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I'm located way up in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. And like I said, I'm an authorized CGC and PSA dealer. I think I'm the only dealer in Canada who can send a PSA. I think I am. I'm pretty sure I am. So yeah, if you need help with that, more than happy to give you some assistance. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing this a long time, guys. Since 2011, I've been sending books to CGC. I know the ins and outs of the whole routine and a very personalized service as well. I got an email just a few moments ago for other clients saying, hey, where are my books? And guess what? I answered him and told him where his books were. I usually have an online tracker where you can kind of track what status where your books are at. It's kind of been disabled a little bit because I'm going to talk a bit about this later on. We have a new website coming. And because of that, we haven't been updating the orders, but I can do it manually, which I don't like doing because it takes too much time. Anyways, guys, welcome if you're new here. Guys, I do lots of CGC unboxing as you hear, and I'm going to share a lot of books with you tonight. If you have any questions pertaining to CGC grading or PSA grading, comic book pressing, comic book conservation, restoration, any questions you might have about any of that stuff, hey, that's what I'm here for. Ask away. And if I can answer the question, I certainly will. Guys, and we got some guys here already. Luis Mendoza is here. How you doing? Yo. What's going on, Luis? Good to see you. Nelson, hey, Nelson, how are you? Brouhaha is in the house as well. And Gordo, how you doing, Gordo? He is hoping that everybody here is having a good night. Yes, I think we are. And I can't think of a better thing to do on a night such as this, on a dreary winter's night, than to share comic books with you guys. Okay, let's get started. Got 4 boxes, so this is going to take a bit of time. Let's rock and roll. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about my upcoming website and a new conservation service that might not be for everybody, but it's something we've been planning on offering, and we are now actively pursuing its inclusion in our conservation services. Okay, so we have a Sandman #1 and a 9 point. I love starting with 9.8s. I prefer starting with 10s, but hey, you know what? It's CGC, so 9.8 is pretty damn good. There we go. Where'd the bag go? Right there. We also have an X-Men number 135 and an 8.5. Guys, I am looking for a personal copy of X-Men 109 in a 9.8 white pager. If you know of one that's for sale somewhere, or if you've got one you want to sell, I'm interested. So please give me a holler. It's something I just want to pick up for myself. All right, so 8.5. And I had a quick look through these books, all 4 of these submissions. And I got to tell you, the grading has been pretty tough. Pretty tough. We got an 8.0 copy of X-Men 129 right there. Very cool. We got an 8.5 copy of Batman the Dark Knight. I'll show it to you like that because it's just faster. We have an X-Men 121 in a 9.2. Right there. And yeah, this was kind of a impromptu video. Usually, you guys, I know we've always done Tuesday nights at 7 or so. I've kind of broken away from the schedule. I'm just doing it when I have a chance to do it. I don't want to be tied down to any one night. I might get back to doing a regular evening show once a week again, but for now, I just want to do it this way to keep my nights clear. But I wish you relax or go to a movie or just chill out. But yeah, anyways, we got a Spider-Man 64. It's a nice copy. Yeah, like why is it a 6.5? They were really hard in this book. Like, why is that a 6.5? Am I missing something? Look at that. It's a beautiful copy of 64 ASM, and they gave it a 6.5. The grader was in a bad mood that day. I'm not seeing any staining on it. Gonna have to check the notes on that one. We then have a Spider-Man 9.8 signed by Clayton Crane. This is a signature series event at CGC. Came back in 9.8. Thank you for the thumbs up. Joey, how's it going? Good to see you, pal. Toronto Graham is here as well. Joe, I got to apologize to you. Your book should have been gone at CGC by now. I'm going to try to get them out this week. Actually, I got to send them out this week. Joey, your books have to go out because, because of the increase. I don't want you to get charged for that. So I'm going to get those done actually when the stream is over. And the reason that happened is these are excuses. I had your stuff set aside for PSA, and I've got a stack of stuff there. I got to shift that stuff over. In fact, I had a couple other guys' books I've got to pull out of there and send to CGC for you. So I'll do that. I'll do that after the stream today. I wasn't going to do any work, but I'm going to do that today for sure for you guys because I don't want you to get charged. That all the paperwork for comics that we had ready to beat the increase is done. Like we're done. We couldn't guarantee any more. And the last of those are going out this Friday. And Joey, yours are going to be on that boat as well because I don't want you to get stung with any extra more than you have to pay. ASM 124 and a 7.5. What's going on here? These grades look a little soft to me, but maybe I'm wrong. 8.0 ASM 886 Black Widow. That's about right on this one. Sorry for the out of focus. How's the weather out in Montreal? Is it cold or is it nice and is it above seasonal? We're going to 10 degrees on Friday, which is kind of pretty cool. 9.6 copy for a 340. Right there. No, Joy, you're welcome. I that whole PSA thing, I listen, I love offering other services for people, but I tell you, when you add a new service or you're trying to figure something out, it just slows things down. It's like when somebody submits, I've had people submit books without even filling out paperwork. Like they'll send me books with no paperwork, just their name. Like, oh my gosh. It slows us down because that box gets put into our safe, and then okay, I'll get to that later on today. And then you get busy with the regular routine, and then every time you open up the safe, oh, there's those books. I gotta look at those. Oh, there's those books the next day. Oh, there's those books the next day. So when things are kind of thrown at you, or something is not routine, or the routine is broken, or what have you, it slows us down, and then things get forgotten. And I'll be honest, I'm freaking old and my brain doesn't work as well as it used to because I forget stuff. Like I don't forget, I guess, like, like to take my medication and stuff. Well, sometimes I do actually, but I mean, you know what I mean? The other things, you get so busy, things get kind of put to the wayside. And I don't want that to happen. So, and for that to be avoided, if things kind of come in as we expected to, there's usually no problem. But again, that PSA thing was kind of an experiment of sorts. And when the whole shipping fees debacle happened, it threw everything up in the air. Everything kind of got put on hold, and that slowed us right down. So again, I do apologize. I know you're very gracious, and I do appreciate that, but I do appreciate it. It's sweater weather, but definitely heating up. Good. Well, maybe maybe the worst of it's over. Maybe winter is done. Yeah, right. We're gonna have a brutal February. You watch. All right, we got a Wolverine. Number 4 in a 9.8. Nice copy. We've got a Killing Joke in a 9.8. Just go like that. We also have a Dark Knight Returns in a 9.8. Also have one in a 9.2. LOL. Old Maltese man, get damn right, Craig. Darn right. It's terrible. high blood pressure, forgetting stuff, vision problems. My gosh. Did I show this Killing Joke already? If I didn't, Killing Joke in a 9.8 right there. Okay, we have a first appearance of War Machine, Iron Man 282 in a 9.8. Come on, get over there. Why is that out of focus? All right. And then we have ASM 302, Silver Sable and Sandman appearance in a 9.8. These are some 9.8s, right? Oh, speaking of which, I did see this one. I love this book. I love this book. Gorgeous copy of Amazing Spider-Man 238 in a 9.8. Beautiful direct copy of the first appearance of Hobgoblin. Then we have a first Phoenix and a 5.0. Okay, like why is that a 5.0? Can't tell. No, that's just the plastic. Is that that's the plastic? Why is that a 5.0? This book is not bad. I'm going to look this one up, guys. Give me 1 second. I got to look this up. It doesn't look like a 5.0 to me. But you know what? Again, when I'm on air here, I'm going fast. www.cgccomics.com. Let's plunk it in and see. We could do this. We can do this together in 1 sec. 467-337-2001. I am not a robot. I'm human. Last time I checked. Crease full center of back cover. Is that what? Oh, okay. See, look at that. I just saw it. All right. All right. So this here is a nice looking book. And I looked at it very closely. And yeah, there is a reader's crease, a subscription crease, right? I don't know if you can see this or not. Right straight down the back, which would give this book, a 5.0. That does make sense, but I didn't see it. Sometimes when you're looking quickly at books through plastic, the acrylic case, you're not going to see these things. And I guess that's why the grader's notes are so helpful. So, you should look at those grader's notes. We've got a Hulk 340 and a 9.6. Okay, what else we got here? Box number 1, almost done. Okay, we did that one already. Then we've got an X-Men Days of Future Past 141 and a 9.4. There we go. Then we got a Wolverine number 3 and a 9.6. We got a Wolverine number 2 and a 9.6. And then we have a number 1 and a 9.6. And I have a feeling that number 4 is in a 9.8. Well, that's okay. Still nice. All right. So that's box number 1. Lots of moderns there, guys. Lots of moderns. I don't think I have a lot of vintage books today, to believe it or not. Now, these will be sorted out. I'll try to sort these books tomorrow. If anybody's orders are complete, you'll get a text from me saying, hey, it's time to come pick up. I have a couple of orders that need to get shipped out. I'll probably do a shipping day sometime next week. And I imagine there's some finished orders in here as well. And man, look at this. These are the books that went off to CGC. These all went off today. And I got a stack here in I can try to show it to you here. Oh, wow. These are all the ones that are there now that I shipped off the last week and a half. I'm not whistling Dixie, guys. I got a ton of books there right now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to put these so it's safe. I'll put these back over here, I guess, like this. Okay. Also, all the ones that are in these folders here, now I got to cross-reference all of these. See, when the books get to CGC, I don't know if I can show you. I guess I can show you. When the books go to CGC, it has one of these. You get these are the packing slips, right? And the packing slip has a number like this. There's a number. Every packing slip has like a CGC number right down there. Right there. that CGC number, now if I had 4 different tiers, comic book tiers in here, it would all be attached to that packing slip number. But once that packing slip number gets to CGC and they enter it into their system, each tier is given a separate invoice number. So the invoice numbers translate into something like this. So you might have one tier here and one tier. Each invoice is a separate tier. But the number they give is unique. And I don't know what that number is until they receive the books. They receive the books, they enter to the system, they bill me right away, and then they create an invoice number. So what I have to do now is I have to go back and cross-reference all of those invoice fees to find your invoice number. And that takes a bit of time too. So yeah, that'll be happening tomorrow as well, I guess, because I won't be doing that tonight. Tonight, it's Joey's books, and Mikey's got a couple of books I got to send as well. Joey says, I'd rather give CGC a chance again. Hopefully one day PSA will be nice to Canada with shipping, but who knows these days. I actually sent out some books to PSA today for a client, and it was a bunch of magazines, but each of the magazine, again, I sent about 6 magazines, but they will not ship all of those back together because he had 2 magazines with signatures. That's one tier. He had 2 magazines that were modern. That's another tier. Oh, sorry, 3. And then he had 1 comic, and he had 1 comic by itself, which are 3 tiers. So PSA insists on sending each of those back in separate boxes. Now they could put them all in one box, but they ain't going to do it. So, like I told you guys a few weeks ago, the way it's going to work with PSA, I'll ship them to PSA, and you will pay whatever PSA charges for their in-house shipping, and they'll receive it back. The thing is, it wasn't that bad. The PSA return shipping from California, and this client is in Alberta, was I think $29.99 USD per box. Now, you know, what sucks is that it probably would have been like $59 if they combined them all together. So it would have been much cheaper, but it still wasn't bad. It's still cheaper for them to send them directly back to you than to ship them to me and then me back to you. So that's what's happening with PSA. And it's fine. It works as long as you are okay with that. And PSA has their shipping to Canada on their website too. So you can kind of plan out, and that's a trick, right? The whole thing with PSA is you want to plan out your shipment. If you want to use if you want to use them for your comic books currently, and to answer Joey's kind of go on to what Joey was saying, they're going to start taking the comics in Canada. I'm pretty confident they will at their office in Toronto or wherever else they're going to do it. It's just not going to happen tomorrow. So in the meantime, if you want PSA grading, because let's be honest, their magazines look great. Magazines look fantastic in the PSA slab. And the gaming manuals look really good in them too. But aside from that, if you want to do it, you want to plan it out. So if you're going to do comics, make sure that you have at least 10 comics to make your shipping worthwhile, because they'll pack 10 comics. Now, the comics all have to be the same tier. You can't have 2 with signatures and 8 that don't have signatures. They won't go in the same box. You want to have you got to look at their website and figure out what their tiers are and make sure the comics you submit are all in the same tier. Now, that said, if you sent those books to me to forward to you and say, Kevin, make sure they all go in the same tier. If I notice that a book doesn't belong in that tier, I can pull it and say, this book's not going to work. It's the wrong year, or it's got a signature on it or whatever. And that's that. So anyways, so again, PSA option is certainly there. Hey, how's it going there, Adam? Good to see you. Been a while. Okay. Box number 2. We got some signature series stuff in here as well. We got a 9.8 copy of Deadpool and Batman #1 and a 9.8 right there. We have an Amazing Spider-Man number 341 with Carnage or whatever, and that's right there in the 9.4. I'm just going to do it this way, guys. It's a little faster. Got a 9.8. That's the second part of that story right there in a 9.8. And these are from the same person. Obviously, they both have the custom label on there. We have an X-Men number 4 and a 9.6. Okay, here's one we've been waiting for. Here's a vintage. It's a vintage book? No, 1977. This is a 1-book order. I forget who the owner is. It's our first time trying CGC, I believe. And it's an Iron Fist number 11 from 1977. It's a 1-book order, 9.8 white pager. Congratulations. I see one little spine tick on there, but they gave it the 9.8. Gorgeous copy. And we knew it was gorgeous when he dropped it off. We said it's going to be a 9.6 or a 9.8, and he got the 9.8. And I'm going to tell you, if this was Iron Fist 14, first saber, was it 14 the first saber tooth? I think it is, right? If it was Iron Fist 14, would it have gotten the 9.8? I don't know. I really don't know. I got a feeling that, you know, when it's a run book like this, they're a little more kind. You know, when you've got a key book, they're a little more strict. They're not going to be happily give out 9.8s to a key book like that. But yeah, I could be wrong. But anyways, congrats. 9.8 Iron Fist number 11. Very cool. We have another, we have a Spider-Man 361 and a 9.4. Probably goes along with those other two books we just saw because it has the custom label. We have a Deadpool Batman, another one, and a 9.8. This is a variant copy, I think. Yeah, this is a variant edition. Got some chrome highlights on there. Pretty cool. We have got a Venom number 3. Is that a first appearance of Null, I think? Is that what that is? First full appearance of Null. And 9.6 with the Venom cover. Also probably because of the custom label, I'm guessing is from that same order with the custom labels. Okay, we got two more. Yeah, well, we got back. Oh, another one from that order, I think. First anti-Venom, I believe, and a 9.8. Again, with the custom label there. Very nice. Wayne, still doing those three. Listen, they're not going to, people are giving up on those 361s just yet. They're still collectible. People want them for their collection, right, Wayne? How you doing? Alan, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. What's up? We have another Batman Deadpool, another one in a 9.8. I mean, this batch of books, a lot of rippling at the top. A lot of these books have a lot of that wave at the top. And I'm wondering if it's the humidity or dryness. You know, it's pretty cold here. So I don't know. I'm noticing a lot of them have it. And they don't use, most of the time they don't have it. So here we go. We've got a, oh, nice. We got a signed by Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley. Beautiful. 9.8 Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. That's a great book to have at a 9. Well, every book's good to have at a 9.8, but this one in particular is really nice to have at a 9.8. Congrats. Nice signed book. This here is a 2.0, and I have a bad feeling this one here is a 2.0, but I think this is signed by Buscema. I think the owner of this one contacted me and said, "Did you ask for the signature?" And I didn't. We didn't, and he didn't mention it, and I didn't see it. If this is the right book, so we may have to crack this one. We'll see. We will see. Hey, Charlie, how's it going? Shh, a lot of nice books. A lot of nice books. Chris, which book got a bump? Which book got a bump? Let me know. Let me know. Dr. Kevin. Another Ultimate Spider-Man. This is number 1, signed by Mark Bagley. Signed and sketched by Mark Bagley. Also 9.8. Very cool. We've got, oh, these are cool. These Mario books are great. Shigeru Miyamoto, Tidal Wave Comics. No number right there. Really cool. I've seen this before. The really cool chromium blood splatters on Mario in a 9.8. Got a 9.6 copy of Spawn 162. There. This is box number 2, guys. Then we got a Ronin, Kim and T Ronin book, reprint number 1 in a 9.8. You know, it's funny. We got a lot of people submitting books for the Scott Snyder, what's his name, from for the Absolute Batman signing. It's coming up, and if you guys have purchased those Absolute Batman, you're gonna know the comics. They're very ripply, and some guys want them pressed, some guys don't. I do not think that CGC. I hope I hope from my lips to their ears, I hope that they're not going to crucify people's books for having those ripples in them, because those books have the ripples in them, on the cover. But we pressed, like, for example, Nippur pressed 4 of them on Monday. We had some last minute ones come in on Saturday. We've got them done on Monday, and they shipped out today. Boy, oh boy, they look better with a press. Like, they looked 1,000 times better, flat as So again, most people wanted them pressed. Some elected not to. I actually, if people asked my opinion, I said, I think you can still attain the 9.8, just leaving it as is, because that's the book. The book came off the shelf like that. We'll see. Hopefully I'm right. But they did look so much better. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. And people often say, well, you don't need to press new books. Yeah, no, you do. Oftentimes, especially if you've got books with dark covers, like really heavy inks, a press will certainly help those books out. We have X-Men #4, it's a nice copy, and a 5.0, first appearance of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and Toad, I think, too, right? Toad and the Brotherhood. Yeah, that's right there. Very cool. Not a lot of vintage today. All right, we got a couple more J. Scott Campbell books. Both of them are one's a 9.6, one's a 9.8. 9.8 on a 606. Right there. And then the 601, the more expensive of the two, is a 9.6. And by the way, these books here do take to a press really nicely. So, yeah. All right. And then we have another one of those, got a Luigi copy. Oh, shoot. Did I not put those in there? Hold on a sec, guys. Yeah, okay, that goes in the first box. I'll put that over there in the first box. All right. Then we got a Luigi, similar, and a 9.8. Very cool. Good pair to have, both in 9.8. We got a 5.5, 12 pence copy of Iron Man 128. Demon in a Bottle. Superman Annual #1. For the Man Who Has Everything. Came back a 6.5. And then we have Gwen Stacy's first appearance of Gwen Stacy. Sorry, not Gwen Stacy. First appearance of Spider-Gwen, 9.6. Thanks a lot, Craig. Appreciate it, buddy. Have a good night. Yeah, Demon in the Bottle is a great book. It's a great cover. And then we have another Dark Knight. Actually, Dark Knight Batman Who Laughs, #1. Origin of the Batman Who Laughs at a 9.8. Right? Very cool. And that, my friends, is box #2. Right? Let's see. Yeah, that's box #2. Let me prep box #3. Before I do that, though, let me tell you about what's happening on the home front in regards to the website. So, about 3 months ago, we decided to get the website rebuilt because the current site is kind of glitchy. I don't know if you've been putting submissions. It works, but its days are numbered. I've had a couple of web people look at it and say the language and the support for this site is coming to the end, and it could just stop working tomorrow. So I decided to get a new site underway, and so we started doing that. And it's the whole point of the site is to be a lot more user friendly and to make things a little quicker too. So you can actually submit everything, pay for everything. It's all done in one shot. And then just all you need is drop off the books with your printout, and Bob's your uncle. It's a lot easier. So looking very, very forward to it. So that's coming. That's on the horizon. We're kind of reviewing it for errors and stuff right now. It's not completely finished, but it's almost finished. And that's going to probably hopefully be up and running in about a month's time, hopefully about a month. And I'll of course let everybody know. And I'll probably do a show and show everybody the new website and whatever and what have you. And the next thing I want to talk about is our new conservation service. And this is something Nipur and I have been talking about since she arrived actually a few years ago. And it's leaf casting. Yes, it's something she is very adept at doing. She's done tons and tons of it when she worked overseas in the museum overseas, and it's something we've talked about. And she's kind of given me a checklist of what she needs, and so we're starting to put that together. So we're going to start experimenting with comics probably in the next 2 months or so. If you have a comic that you would like to, and the comic needs to be well worth it, obviously, and usually it's pertaining to golden age books. But if you've got a golden age books that's worth it and could use use the leaf casting service, reach out to me, and perhaps you could be amongst the first, and we'll give a kind of an introductory break on the fee. It's not going to be cheap, guys. The service is very, very lengthy. It's extensive. It's a lot of work to do. It's very labor intensive. And for it to be done right, you got a skilled conservator doing the work. So anyhow, if you have books in the meantime or a book that you'd like to have done, again, reach out. And once we get up and running, maybe the first few books we'll give a hefty discount to, just to get the ball rolling. Now, understand that service, your book will come back graded as conserved, blue label conserved. Okay. Anyways, thought that was pretty exciting to go along with what we're doing already. Yeah. I've had a lot of clients up here ask for it. I usually refer people down to some people in the States that I know that do the work. Not a lot of guys. I don't have anybody up here doing it in Canada. And so I wanted to start offering it till we have the person on staff that is skilled and properly trained to do it and to work on it. So we are going to start offering that very soon. Leaf casting coming to the Comic Doctor very, very soon. Did I say silver? Blue with I always say blue with a silver stripe or blue with a gray stripe. Okay, that's what it looks like. It has been 1 month and CGC has not scanned my submissions. Yes, I don't know what's going on, and you're not alone. They're about a month out. They told me when I called before, they're about a month out in scanning, but I wouldn't be too concerned. The books they're in receiving, they're there. What sucks about that is that time that your book sits in the receiving, it does not include, that's not a part of their turnaround time. The turnaround time starts when they unbox your books. So while it's sitting in the receiving, that doesn't count. So yeah, I have probably around 200 or so books currently in their receiving depot. And the boxes I sent today, all of them were deadlined to be at CGC for the Absolute Batman signings there. I wrote in the box so hopefully they'll see that and they'll fast track it. I also had some monster books in there. When I say I had an AF-15 in there and a few other things. So hopefully they're going to open them sooner rather than later. I don't like them either being sitting there, but as long as I know they're there, they're going to get open eventually. It's irritating, but it is what it is, right? They're obviously busy, which is good. Like I said, guys, at that last show I was at, the Toronto Comic Book Show, I was so impressed with the crowd. It was a much more, lot more energy than usual, which was very exciting to see because I felt the last several shows lacked that energy and people seem to be more excited to be there that Sunday. So, that's a good thing. Hopefully things will get back to how they were even a few years ago. I hope our turnaround isn't going to be a year again, because there was a time, and if you were a client of mine back, pre-COVID or even during COVID, it was 9 to 11 months to get your stuff back. 9 months to 11 months to get your stuff back. It was insanity. It was insane. It was a crazy time. Okay, let's do box number 3, guys. I'll push this sucker out of the way. Did I put the paperwork? Yes, I did. Okay, so box number 3 is gone. Box number 4 is upon us. And again, we start with a 9.8, which is what I love doing. Nice. 9.8 Voltron, number 2. Sweet. Will you be at HobbyCon? No, I will not. I will not. The only show I'm going to do right now, guys, is the Toronto Comic Book Show. That is it. I mean, for local shows. It's the one show where a lot of guys show up. I don't want to go to a show where there's toys and all kinds of stuff because you know what? 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours of my day sitting there. And if I don't get enough submissions, it's just not worth my time and effort. And to be quite honest, Kalen, I have enough guys coming to my shop on Saturdays dropping off books. Like last Saturday, I got a ton of books submitted last Saturday. I also turned away a lot of books last Saturday. It's hilarious. Christian was at my shop last Saturday. He brought his friend Christine with him. And I tell you guys, I do free pre-screening at the shows when I'm at a show, if time permits. You know, if I don't have a lineup of 10 people, I can do pre-screen at the shows. And also the shows are very dark, but I'll do that. At my shop, I'll do it too. Christian brought about 10 books for his friend Christine. And he brought about, I think, close to 10 for himself. And they were all signed books, you know. And you know how many books he ended up leaving with me? I think one. Just one. I rejected almost 20 books. And I laughed. We both kind of laughed because I said, boy, I'm going to stay in business long if I keep turning away business. Like Christine wanted to submit about 7 or 10 books that belonged to her father. But these books were in really poor shape. There were no keys in there. They're just like regular run books. They were rough shape books. And they weren't even worth like $5 each. And to get them, many of them were vintage. So to send them in, it would be like 100, 120 each with pressing. I said, just don't do it. Don't do it. It's just way too expensive. I understand they're nostalgic and they're important. They're your father's books. I get that. So what I did instead is I took them out of the old bags. Well, she had new bags and boards, but I put them in Mylars for her. I got like a few Mylars out. I stuffed them and I gave them back to her. And I said, enjoy them the way they are in these Mylars. They don't need to be changed for, you know, they're museum grade. You're fine. Enjoy them like that. Display them like that. To put them in a CGC slab is just overkill, in my opinion. So I turned those away. And then Christian hands me over all these books that he wanted to get JSA'd. Some of them had 3 signatures on it. I said, Christian, that's 3 times, I think it's $47 a signature now. 3 times, it's like $150 Canadian just to get the signatures authenticated. That doesn't include the grading or the pressing or the shipping. I go, before you know it, you're at $300. And we looked them all up. And sure enough, it was near the end of the day, so it wasn't quite so busy. We looked them up, and they're worth like $150 in a 9.8 with 3. And I said, it's not worth it, buddy. So we just turned them all away. So I turned away a whole bunch of work on Saturday. Luckily, a lot of other books came in before that. But I can't do that to people. I can't suggest stuff that doesn't make sense. Anyways, yeah, the Voltron's really nice. Canada Comic. Oh, Kevin, Pedersen, what are you doing here? The books arrived? The books arrived fast. Well, I shipped those on Monday for you. They were supposed to be there yesterday, but we had an ice storm here yesterday, and I think it delayed it by 1 day, Kev. How you doing? Truth for low value books, he's just it is. And you know what? Again, if she would have insisted, I don't care, I want them done, I would have done it. Of course I would have done it. But after I explained to her, I go, you just, you know, honestly, just don't do that. Go buy some frames from Michael's and put them in there if you really want to do that. I thought it was just overkill. And you can buy those slabs with the magnets on them. They don't, you know, that's all you need. You don't even need that. Anyhow, she seemed to be happy with that, and it is what it is. It is what it is. No problem. So those are the 3. I figured those are all Kev, those are all unlimited. So you could pack those with the FF, send them all out. They'll be in the exact same tier. Hopefully that'll work out. Hopefully our plan will work out. And your next batch, your big batch of books, I almost sent them out today. But I had other huge books in there, and I didn't want to I didn't want to overload my insurance. So I'm going to ship yours out on either probably Monday or Friday. What's the date on Monday? We still have time, I think. Yeah, we got till the 20th, so we're okay. I'll probably ship them out on Monday, Kev. So those should arrive at CGC on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Okay, we have a Gambit. We got two Gambit books. X-Men number 266 and a 9.8. And then another one and a 9.4 right there. And then we have Batman 880. Or sorry, Tech 880 in a 9.2. I always call it Batman. It's not. We have Spider-Man 252 newsstand. Booster Gold 9.4. We have a 9.2 copy of Spider-Man 171. I'm nervous about this one. This is a 35-cent price variant. Let me tell you the story on this one. So I hope it was a 9.2 before. I got a sickening feeling it might have been a 9.4. This is Colin's book. I know this. We got it. And when it came back, CGC did not market 35-cent price variant. They just left it alone. So it was at the shop, and Charlo thought it was to be cracked and repressed. So he cracked it. No, don't re-crack that. I could have sent it back. They would have reslabbed it for free and just changed it. It was a clerical error. Why'd you crack it? So I bopped him over the head. No, I didn't bop him over the head, although I wanted to. And so we shipped it back, and I just paid to have it regraded. And I don't know, but I don't know if it's in here or not. Oh, I think it actually is. Oh, I don't know if I want to see. Is it here? No, it's not in this one. It's in a different pile. I have to check and see. I hope not. I have an idea if it is, but we'll see. So again, that's money lost for me. That's for sure. Or maybe for Charlo. What do you think? I should maybe make Charlo pay for that. Right? Maybe. Okay. Keep going here. We have an 8.5 copy of TMNT Free Comic Book Day edition. And an 8.5. Alan says, I've got a book that needs reslabbing. TMNT Signature Series, third printing. About $100, maybe. Depends how much the value is. If it's a high value book, it's $100. If it's a low value book, it's around 50, I think. It's not that big of a deal. If all you require is reslabbing. That Spider-Man book was going to be free. They would have done it for free. And I would have maintained the grade. But again, I don't know how Charlo thought it. I never said to crack it. He thought it was to be cracked. So we cracked it. And that was that. Transformers number 1 and an 8.5. A lot of ripples, man. I don't understand this. Weird. What was the time of the year? Swamp Thing, first appearance of John Constantine in a 9.0. Box number 3, guys. All right, we got some more signature series. No, authenticated books coming up. Wolverine Origins 10 in an 8.0. We have Deadpool number 1. Scotty Young authenticated autograph. Oh, here comes a really cool one. We got a cool one coming up right now, guys. We got a Gambit. A Gambit number 1. Howard Mackie Lee Weeks authenticated. Well, I thought it was the 3rd or 4th signature. Maybe I was wrong. Okay, it's still a cool book. Number 1 and a 9.8 double signed. Very cool. Then we have a Hulk. An old Hulk. One of the first vintage books. Hulk number 2 and a 3.0. And a 3.0. There you go. Very nice. I've got some Batman Absolutes. I don't know. I'm not really into buying. Maybe talk to Charlo. He might buy them off you. I really want to. I'm really thinking of, and I've said this before to a lot of people. My shop, I have comics everywhere too. I'm really wanting to get rid of all the comics, to be honest. I want my shop to be simply a drop off and pick up place. That's it. Comics are, if people want comics, they can go upstairs to the comic loft. I want to use the space for shipping, and for doing more conservation work. I also mentioned I would like to start doing posters as well too. Napur is itching to work on posters, larger scale paper objects. So I need space for that, and the shop is just taking up the space. So I'm trying to figure out the best. I might, if you guys have been to the shop, that hallway that you kind of go out of my shop and you can go up the stairs to Charlo's area, that little area there, little hallway. I'm even thinking of just clearing that out and make it the pickup drop-off area. Sit there with some music, and that's it. People come in, drop off, then go up to see Charlo or whatever. And anyways, I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure yet exactly, because I really want to utilize the space that I have in the shop, and I can't do that with all the stuff that's out on display. Yeah, so that could be happening too. That's where I'm at. Hey, Dan, how's it going? All right, let's keep going here. We got we got some more older books here. We got a Flash 139. That's what we had on my thumbnail, I believe. I hope that's what I had on my thumbnail. Did I have this on my thumbnail? Or did I put the wrong one on there? I don't remember. I think I had the right one. Anyways, 139, a 1.0. And why is it a 1.0? Why is it not a 1.8 or a 1.5? Well, have a look at the back. When you got a chunk missing like this on the back of a book, yeah. If you start missing pieces, you're going to start going south of 2. If your book is complete and well read, let's put it that way, it's got, and it's all attached and it's all there, you probably are looking more like a 2. You go to the 1.8 when it's really, really, if it's really worn out, it could go to a 1.8. But usually what really makes it go below 2 is if pieces are missing. If you start missing pieces from the book, that's when it will drop below a 2, as you see here. The book actually presents kind of like a 2.0 until you do that. All right. Because that, even gets me too, is a detached cover kind of confuses me. I did a number 2 Superman. I did 2 of them. One was for Carlo and one was for another fella. And one came back at 2.0. And then I sent Carlos in, and his was, I thought, nicer than the other one. His came back a 1.8, which confused me because it should have been a 2 as far as I was concerned. Anyway, very strange. Here we have a Tech. Oh, this is a cool book. A Tech 275. Now, again, why is it a 1.5? There's nothing missing. Bad staining on the back. It's a massive stain that probably goes through the entire book. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a detached somewhere as well. Now, that stain you see there, that's a perfect stain to be minimized or removed with an aqueous bath, right? Deacidification would really clean that up. Now, would it get rid of it completely? In this area here, probably not. But in this area here, it would probably almost disappear. Now, you got to think that with that kind of damage, you probably have gloss loss as well, too. And the gloss is not coming back. So, again, it would work. But again, then you got to say, is it worth it? Is the book worth the cost? That's the big question you've got to ask. Always got to keep that in mind. All right, now we have an Amazing Spider-Man. Like, look at this. This. See, I don't get this. A 3.5 ASM. 101. And then you got this big chunk out of the top corner, and it goes all the way around. So how that's a 3.5, I don't understand that. Like, to me, that book should be like should be around a 2.5, maybe 3, not a 3.5. I don't know. Okay, we have another Voltron number 1, and this one's a 9.8. To go with that number 2, hopefully. Now we got some Golden Age book, got Jumbo Comics, number 80, beautiful book, in a 3.0. right there. We've got a Sport Thrills. These are Mark's books, I believe. Sport Thrills number 13. Jackie Robinson text in the biography, and that's in a 3.0. Look how nice that book is at a 3.0. It's nicer than that ASM 101. So why is this only a 3? Give me a break. And the other one's a 3.5. That makes no sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. And this book is what, like 30, 25, 27 years or younger? Or older, I mean, sorry. We also have a Sport Thrills number 12 at a 4.5. And we have a Peacemaker number 1. First page bio and photo of Pat Boyette, Death of Irv the Nerve. This is a Charlton comic here, the Peacemaker Collector's Edition, and a 7.5. And that is it for box number 3. Box number 3. Okay, time for box number 4. Last but not least. All right. Whew. Okay, we have, let's see here. We have a Captain America number 8 or 712 and an 8.5. The Alex Ross. Yes, it is. Of course it is. We have a 9.0 of Web of Spider-Man 107 newsstand edition. Let's go like that to speed things up a bit. We've almost at an hour. We're getting at an hour's point. Howard the Duck, number 1. This front cover is by my, well, no, it's not. I thought it was. Oh, Chip Zdarsky. Right here, number 1 and a 9.8. Then we get a 9.4 Venom number 1 newsstand. And then a Venom number 7. First appearance of Dylan Brock. And that's at a 9.2. It's really getting dark in here. What's going on? There we go. There's that one. And that one. Flash Annual number 1 in a 9.0. We've got an Amazing Spider-Man number 4 in a 9.8. And then we've got a Spider-Man Maximum Carnage Alpha number 1. And that's got a 7.0. Why do they crucify this so much? What's going on? Got a hologram on this or something? I tell they crucify the modern books. It's a newsstand edition and it's 7.0. So there's something going on with that. It's a 7.0 newsstand. Then we got a Venom Funeral Pyre number 1, 9.0. Sorry, the Punisher Suicide Run newsstand edition, 8.5. Venom the Madness number 3, the Juggernaut appearance at a 9.6. There we go. $9.2 the Madness. And the Young All-Stars and a 9.4. Web of Spider-Man 119. Newsstand again and a 9.4 with Ben Reilly. Then you've got the Canadian price variant of Spider-Man on Thin Ice. Right there. We got The Hobbit #3 and a 9.8. Very cool. Good question. Both. I'm looking forward. You're talking about the MCU, right? Yeah, okay. Looking forward to both, man. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man big time, and I'm looking forward to Doomsday. I'm looking forward to both. I heard something today on one of my YouTube channels that they're going to undo the last several years of that Marvel's given us. So, I mean, that'd be kind of fun to see them go back and take out all these useless characters or people that we didn't really care for, or characters, I should say, that we didn't really care for. I also heard that Doomsday is going to be 3 hours and 40 minutes long. Again, is that true? I don't know. There's lots of spoilers and leaks happening now. But spoiler alert, close your ears or turn your ears off if you don't want to hear this. I heard that Doom is a sympathetic character, and that his family and his wife is Sue Von Doom. That's what I'm hearing. Not, Sue Storm is his wife, and they have 2 kids. That they're wiped out, that their reality is wiped out because Steve Rogers decided to stay back. And anyways, it's I'm hearing all kinds of really cool. Look, I'm excited. I'm excited to see them all back again. I really do hope that all these newer movies they're doing kind of bring the golden age back a little bit. It's going to be hard to do. I hope so. I really have always felt that the movies, swinging, doing home runs the way they were doing there for a while really did help the comic book craze as well too. So I think one big movie could really get us back, kind of shock us back into the proper gear again. And you know what? I miss being excited about going to the movies to see these films. Like I want to go to a flick. I want to go to a movie this week. If I was going to go to one tonight, it's too late now. But I was thinking about going to see that Hugh Jackman, Neil Diamond movie tonight. I'm kind of in the mood for that for some reason. But when it comes to MCU, didn't want to go. I was pleasantly surprised with Avatar. However, I did not want to see Avatar. I'm not a big fan of it. Like I get it. I understand why it's so popular, but the whole family wanted to go, so we went. And you know what? I actually really enjoyed Avatar 3. It was much better than I thought the second one. So, yeah, but I am looking very forward to whatever the MCU is going to be giving us this year. Someone asked about Wonder Man. Yeah, I'll probably check it out. Kevin, did I miss my magazine issues? Did you show them in this video? Nope. No magazines came back today. No magazines. You don't have to rewind because no magazines came back today. If they get rid of and reboot Moon Knight, I'll be so happy. I don't know. We'll see. It's funny. Oscar Isaac is more known for his film work more so than his television work. But yeah, he I don't know, something about that show just didn't click, did it? Mark, I know it's you. Of course I know. Scribble Fest, Scribble artist. Okay, let's keep going here. We have another nice copy, a 9.4 copy, Submariner 59. That's a pretty copy as well, right there. From 1973. Comic Doctor was 2 years old when this came out. Then we got a Werewolf by Night #1, lower grade copy, and a 3.0 with a Plug cover. Gotta love the Plug covers. 3.0. We've got an 8.0 copy of Plastic Man from 1988, #2, right there. All right, what do we got here? Now we got a G.I. Joe, the silent issue, I believe. Yeah, first appearance of Storm Shadow, #21, and a 9.4. We got a TMNT Adventures #1 and a 9.4 Canadian price variant. Right there. Masters of the Universe, number 1 in an 8.5. It's a pretty hot book right now. Yeah, half price today. You know, I guess I could still go. Let's see what time. If it's a 9 o'clock show, maybe I'll go. X-Men 141 and a 9.4. But first, I got to do Joey's books. X-Men 142 and a 9.2. Oh, we're ending with a 9.8. That's a good thing, right? So great copy of this, and then we finalize the 4 boxes with a 9.8 copy of Amazing Spider-Man 316. Very famous Venom cover book right here. And a 9.8. Good to see. There you go, guys. 4 boxes and more on the way. So you can expect another unboxing probably in the next 6 or 7 days. Guys, if you are new here and you like looking at comic book covers and talking about comic books and comic book grading, pressing, all that kind of fun stuff, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join us. And also hit the notification bell. I think the notification bell is still there. Hit that because when I do go live impromptu like I did tonight, YouTube will give you a little, hey, Kevin's going live. So you'll know that I'm doing a show like this. Adam Donnelly says, Wonder Man has a great promotion where you can call the office of Trevor Slattery and listen to a message and sign up for text from Trevor. It's funny because there are all kinds of phone numbers. That was kind of happening on Stranger Things as well, too. There's phone numbers you could call. So I guess the Marvel's getting in on that as well. That's kind of fun, a little more interactive, right? So that'll be cool. Yeah, I'd probably give it a shot, you know. But again, I'm not holding my breath, but I'll give it a shot. All right, guys, that's it for me. I want to get going because I want to get these books put in. Have a great rest of your night. Today's only Wednesday, so enjoy your Thursday and Friday. And hey, if you're local, if you're close by, and when I say local, if you're in the GT, the Greater Toronto Area, come on by the shop. I'm going to be there this Saturday from 11 o'clock a.m. until 2 p.m. I can do pre-screening for you. I can have a look at your books and tell you which ones I think are worth going to CGC or not, or which ones should be pressed or not. Come on by. Happy to help out. And that's free of charge, of course. And if you do need assistance with your CGC submissions, we're sending books to CGC pretty much weekly. So come on down and say hi. All right, guys, have a great night. Talk soon. All the best. And let me find my outro picture here. And there it is. Have a great night, guys. Take care. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.